Of course. How much time have 5 minutes? This is amazing. I'm talking for 5 minutes into the void. I apologize. So, what I was saying is that, my goodness. So I did this drawing last time, a lynx. I had some fun with it. I messed up some measurements. It didn't work out uh, exactly as I wanted, but overall, the drawing turned out okay. Today, now, I'm focusing on this dinosaur right here that I saw on the museum a few weekends back. That I went to the Natural Science Museum in Argentina. I'll, for those of you that are watching this in the future, I'll cut this part off. So the 6 minute mark, I think, or 12 minute mark. Oh Jesus Christ! Anyway, moving on. So each day I try to focus on a drawing. The idea for that trip to the museum. Hello, how are you, Stephanie? I don't know if you were watching before, but I think you couldn't hear me. Um, yeah, I messed up. I, I I had the audio off for whatever reason. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Um, so what I was saying is that I'm gonna do one of the dinosaurs that I saw on the museum. So if you're watching this in the future, or if you're watching this live, you can find the video I made about this place on my YouTube channel, and I'll edit this part. Oh, well, no worries. And let's see, let's turn this over here. I'll make a few shots here. There's one, and see, I cannot. I shouldn't move the camera there. Hopefully everything's working because I'm so tired that I cannot fully tell if I'm messing something up. All right. Come on. This is Morphe's law. I'm just gonna stop that right there. So those are two shots. Can probably finish the rest after the fact. All right. So this, I really like this museum. It was so fun to go. Mainly for me, mainly for the dinosaurs. There are other things there that I'm like, okay, this is cool, but it's not dinosaur cool. I think. Well, I don't know if they have a like a shop. I didn't check that out because we went with our baby, so like you have to enter through a different place because it's an old building, and it's just like a whole thing. Oh, I measured this wrong. Yeah, no surprise there, mate. No surprise there. But I think they're missing uh, a large part of like some capital if they don't like sell merch related to dinosaurs. That's what I would do if I had those awesome things. The kids that were in the museum, they just went bananas when they entered that room. Each one of them, like, oh, dinosaurs. I kind of felt like that. I just held myself, like, dude, you're an adult. Chill. Act like one. Yeah, that's super nerdy thing. But yeah, it was hella fun. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. To me, I actually I changed the video at the end, but I added some Jurassic Park footage onto the video originally because like it's exactly the moment where the paleontologists like are traveling on the jeep. For those of you that haven't watched that film, if you haven't, you're probably really young or you live under a rock. Uh, if you haven't, go watch it. It's such a maybe. To be fair, maybe the visual effects haven't aged properly. I saw some shots there, like I don't know if that aged well, but the action in that movie is so good, and the storyline and the characters, they do believable things, which is not easy to do with film. Might seems that it can be, but it's actually making a good film is like I don't know. It's not easy. Anyway, my point is that it's a shot where I don't remember the scientist's name, but the paleontologists are on the truck on a jeep, and they run into dinosaurs for the first time, and you see like the face of disbelief on the main characters. That yeah, that describes my reaction to it. Like, and I'm watching bones basically, as you can see. Uh, but I, as a kid, like you have no idea. I drew them. I made them into uh, like little sculptures. Like I learned every single one of their names, and yeah, it was so fun to actually see one because you have like we have a natural science museum and you have some stuff, but like it's so like you don't have like a full dinosaur skeleton fossil in the middle of a room there. You can see like you can find like there's this dinosaur. It's not a dinosaur. It's like more from like from the time of the mammoth. They have like a large back thing. Mm, I'm thinking of carpincho, but that's not it. That one that, come on, man. It rolls into a ball, similar to a pangolin. Uh, it's probably related to a pangolin. Um, uh, can I recall? Yeah, when I'm this tired, forget it. Brain is not braining. I need to address that part. Like I need to be, if I'm going to do a stream, I need to be like full on. Like sometimes I'm like at 40% or 50% because I'm exhausted. Uh, but I guess that's part of this part of life. Such a gigantic head. I can't. They seem to have lizard features, but it's so confusing because it could probably be birds as well. There's, I don't know. I grew up with Jurassic Park, so to me they don't have feathers, but apparently they did. Dim- Dimetrodon. Let me check that out. No, no, that's an actual dinosaur. That one's an actual dinosaur. Kind of like that one's more related like to a croc or something. Well, at least that's my the way I associate those. Um, the our time in our time is a creature that rolls into a ball. Um, Armadillo. Come on. Uh, so a yeah. So it's a glyptodon. So basically, let's see if I can. Uh, so this thing, whatever this thing is, uh, that's it that's our dinosaur or prehistoric collection right there. As far as I remember, and I was so I felt like uh, it was a mixture of like, well, okay, I see something from the like really far into the past, but I'm like looking around trying to find a freaking dinosaur. So they're really cool if you look at them because the ones they found, they're some of them are like complete. So it's an interesting find. But it's not a freaking dinosaur. It's not what seems to be a like a velociraptor. So yeah, to me going to this museum was like going to the church, to the Vatican for like a really Catholic person, which I'm Catholic, but I'm not that fond of our church for a lot of reasons. The organization, I mean. In another time, they would call me blasphemous. Uh, anyway, that's a different. And like I grew up learning about dinosaurs. Like, oh, evolution doesn't exist. Oh yeah, okay, okay. Maybe it doesn't explain everything, and maybe other processes uh, affect the change in creatures, I guess. But like saying that something like evolution, even if that wasn't exactly what happened, it's like, to me, it's absurd. Like, oh, the sun doesn't come out every day. Okay. That's not the moon that you're looking at. Oh, okay. The ocean is in blue. Oh, that one actually technically is in blue. It looks blue, but you see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Yeah, I think I got shoulda shoulda woulda coulda. Just think it's like on the same line, so around here probably. I just gotta guess that that's where that is. I just for the sake of tomorrow's video, I'm going to. This is so frustrating. The first part of the video. Hello, everybody. Freaking thing was. I was like just talking to. Like I was talking. Nobody. Well, nobody was listening, anyways. But like you couldn't hear me. That's good. Right. Might have messed this up, but I can. It's a fossil, so. I didn't remember that the name of that was Glyptodon. That creature reminds me of the Ice Age movie. Like the mammoth and the other characters helping their herd to get out of harm's way, and the Glyptodon family. It's a really interesting movie. And growing up, this is for people that have been around for quite some time. Uh, in Spanish, there was the series is from the U.S., I think, but in Spanish it was called Dinosaurs. That was so fun. uh, like the main character. It was like not a reality show, a sitcom. It was a sitcom with dinosaurs, and like I learned about the ending of that series. I don't know, not that long ago. Yeah, not the mama. We're basically. I was joking with my wife that we're basically going kind of through that stage. Like for for our baby, I'm like not the mama. Like, okay, cool that you're taking care of me, but you're not the mama. Oh my god, it's really funny because yeah, like she laughs and has fun with me, but after a while, she's like, yeah, get me my mom, please. I, I want my mom, which is really funny. And I used to think that what the character was saying was a bad mama or something like that. And my wife went, no, it says not the mama. And like, oh, that's what that weird baby was saying. But uh, yeah, that series comes to a really sad conclusion apparently because they basically the company that the main character works at basically destroys their planet, and there's nothing they can do because they contaminated their environment to a point of no return. Yeah, it's really sad. I didn't know about it. I saw it like on YouTube 20 years later or something. I don't know. That show was on I don't know how many years ago. This is me making stuff up. That info the information for these teeth is not like what I'm drawing, but just need to represent the detail the best you can. I mentioned this before, but it just needs to read properly. If it reads properly, then you can usually get away with certain mistakes. So drawing is kind of like a balancing act of different things. It's like a small magic trick of sorts. Yeah, not the mama. That show was so cool. And there is a fun fact because I like such a media nerd. I know about so many things related to movies and that sort of thing. Uh, there was probably was after the fact. After that, there was a show or I don't know if it. I don't remember if it was a movie or if it was a series about like was like some sort of spin-off in which dinosaurs and humans coexist. So on on that show, it was a detective co-op show with Whoopi Goldberg and a dinosaur that I don't know if it was the kid from dinosaurs, like the same character literally, but it looked really similar to him. So I think it was like the same uh, creators or something. They like, okay, this other show is ending. Let's do this other thing. I think that's sort of what happened. I could be wrong, but and this is like 20 years ago or maybe more. I have no clue. It was like 90s or 80s. I have to look that up. But those were really fun times. The idea of watching Theodore Rex. So you've seen it? Yeah, so that show, it's so fun. Yeah, that kind of stuff brings a smile to my face. Remember in those times? There were definitely, for me at least, there were simpler times, and like I could just dream about accomplishing stuff, uh, places I wanted to go, things I wanted to do. As like it sounds dramatic, but yeah, like I mentioned it on the video, like then life kind of starts to like show its face, I guess, or showing a part of it that you were not aware of when you were young, and you're like swimming within all that stuff. You have to keep going. So yeah, it was a simpler time. I think probably, well, not at all. No, yeah, I think this is the case. That I was thinking that the probably the reason we started to draw was to like the only way we could show somebody else something that we'd seen before there were pictures. It was like drawing what you saw or describing it. So it had a purpose, and it has a purpose. Uh, but I get so what I'm saying is that like this kind of gives me that vibe of you trying to, or anybody trying to document what you've seen, which a lot of explorers used to do on their notebooks, on their sketches, on their logs. Uh, it was a intrinsic part of it for sure. I'm like at the moment I didn't check if this was like a velociraptor. Having said this, I don't think it was because of the height. This one was like 2 meters high, like the ones on the film. But apparently, velociraptors weren't that tall. They were like 1 meter or something. Sorry. It was so interesting to see. Like I was speechless for a little bit there. Like this is so amazing. Mm, where is it? Yeah, it doesn't. Come on. Okay, that song. I find it so cheesy. Come on. I like this one better. Yeah. Dun, dun. And I think I mentioned in the past that I could have been Wikis is up to 2.7, maybe. Oh, you just sparked my my interest about that again. Like I was like, yeah, this looks like a. Oh, it probably isn't because this is too tall. And I remember like Discovery Channel. No, they were like 1 meter tall. And I was like, that's so counter counter everything. Like Spielberg, you failed us. Well, maybe he didn't. Like I'm pretty sure he must really like dinosaurs because he also did the other show, like the animated show, produced, I think. But that one's so sad. That show is freaking sad as hell. Uh, like I don't that wasn't on my favorite list, but Jurassic Park definitely. It's so the movie. Apparently the book is completely different. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The way you said, yeah, it's like it was like 40 centimeters, so maybe a foot, something, a little over a foot tall. So like I don't know if you can see the like about yay high or something like that. So I think it was like a foot. Um, my first instinct was to think that that freaking thing was a velociraptor, which like one thing is to watch the creature on the film. A completely different thing is to actually see the bones. Like that must be horrifying to see that thing running towards you. Like the depiction on the film, maybe it had feathers. Still freaking scary. Like just looking at the bones, like, oh man, I can imagine running from this thing. Like there's no way you can get away from it. And if they were smart and hunted in packs, as they show on the film, that's a little bit of a stretch. And yeah, good luck. There's no way you're getting away. Um, Also the terror bird. That also. Damn, that was really interesting. The other thing that we saw that my wife and I were joking about was there's this other dinosaur there. Uh, there's a show that I think is on Disney about dinosaurs. That it has a there's this creature that looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but it has horns on it. I don't remember the name right now. On the show, there's this shot in which, because they relate the fact that the dinosaurs are related to birds, so they show they show that dinosaur because they have like really tiny hands. So they show the dinosaur like trying to do like a dance for the lady, but the arms are like so short. It's it's really funny. It's super funny. I haven't seen the show. I saw a clip on it on TikTok. It was so funny. Like I remember, this is the level of nerdiness. Oh my god, I'm surprised. I I'm surprised I ever got a girlfriend, let alone like a wife and such. I remember in high school, because I'm like a super nerd. So I taped like Discovery Channel documentaries about dinosaurs that were, to me, that were the most interesting thing in the whole planet. Like, this is amazing. The visual effects. This is so awesome. And I can see. Hello, hello, Josefina. So I was thinking like, oh, this is so awesome. Uh, so I talked to my teacher, like, oh, maybe I can bring the tapes and we can watch it here in class. So I made my whole class watch. Well, they weren't. Of course, they weren't watching nothing from it, but it was 2 hour long documentary about dinosaurs. Oh my god. I'm I'm laughing so hard. That was so funny. Looking back at it, like me completely oblivious, like nobody's interested in your freaking dinosaur documentary, 2 hour long. I guess what it did, and of course that's what you do. It's like, okay, we have 2 hours of not class. Like oh yeah, we're what? Oh, so interesting, and you're doing whatever as you should during that time, I guess. Uh, yeah, there's some like, I'm pretty sure there was people interested in it. Maybe a few watched part of the documentary, but for me that was that was like watching, I don't know, Star Wars or something. Yeah, like I'm a huge fan of media in general, so I'm always looking forward to watching a documentary or uh, that sort of thing. I'm pretty sure if the curriculum for school included more of that stuff, I would have performed better. But by the time I was in high school, I was like, yeah, I was a little bit checked out. Eh, oh my god, this is so deformed. I should have changed the angle. Well, actually, it's not that bad. I still think it's a little bit deformed. But yeah, this I can't imagine my other classmates. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna watch your documentary. Not a, most of them not interested, and also my class was like small. It was like 13 people or something. There were not many people on my class during that time, at least. Before that, it was like 38 people. I had to change schools. I decided to change schools consciously. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Alright, 52 minutes. The other thing that a lot of people agree on is that, like, if you see the bones on this creature, it has a lot of small holes, which might indicate that actually they were more related to birds that what we think or we thought originally. Also, the position. Well, the way you set up the bones, it doesn't really mean that that's the way they looked when they were alive. It seems to make sense, but we're not 100% sure. So if they folded the arms like if they were wings, it's it's interesting though. So sleepy. All right. Hi Mai. Hola Mai. Gracias. So so I might end the stream in a short bit, and hopefully I'll be able to stick to the schedule during this new year. It's been a little bit rough. Keep going. Yeah, you have no idea how tired I am. I wish I could keep going, but I really need to be able to function tomorrow. And for that, because I'm old and busted, I need to to sleep. Where am I from? I'm originally from Venezuela. As you can maybe see, I don't know if this is. You can see it there. I made my deck of cards about my home country. And yeah. Uh, but I'm currently in Argentina. But I've been to different places during my life. I lived in Canada for a while. I lived in the US for I think it was like a year. At first I spent like 6 months there, and then like a year. What's my job? I'm an illustrator and a CG artist. So that's what I do professionally. I've been working in the creative field for a really long time. I had Behance. I kind of took it out because of AI, but you can check out my website. Um, so I'll share it. Give me a second. See if I can find it. I think somebody asked me this before. I can't remember if, but here. So ronaldsegovia.com. Yeah, I I apologize that I haven't added that to my profile. It's just me. Uh, yeah, having to take care of other things. But I'll I'll get back into it. It's the year is starting, so I'm warming up to things. Hopefully by by next month and or the upcoming weeks, I'll be full steam ahead with stuff. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Right around the hour mark. This is not perfect, but it will do. Oh, you're a character designer? That's awesome. That's awesome. A collab? I don't know, maybe. Um, yeah. Currently, I'm not working as a concept artist. Uh, but yeah. Anyhow, I think I might cut the stream now that I hit the 1 hour mark. Uh, I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you. Uh, did you make an official artwork? I don't know what that means exactly, but uh, yeah, I've done illustrations for. Likewise, good night. I've done illustrations for different clients over the years. Um, I don't know. I illustrated a book, like a children's book, for an author, for example, or like sometimes or oftentimes it's like if you're working in like a company, you work for a plethora of different clients and you do like sometimes small projects for them, sometimes are dedicated to one specific client for a while. Since when I've been doing digital illustration? It's a good question. I guess like I graduated from illustration in 2009, but I did learn about digital, like Photoshop and that sort of thing. Mm, 2000, maybe 2004 or something. I've been doing this for most of my life. I'm 36 now, so yeah, ever since I can remember, I've been drawing and creating uh, illustrations on the computer, though. Uh, yeah, that's a different timeline. I cannot recall exactly when I started painting digitally, but Photoshop, I think it was like probably 2004 because I did like a small course about like the like digital design and that sort of thing. So they taught you how to use Photoshop. And but like right now, I that's way in the past. I I've done a bunch of stuff. Now, if I'm gonna do digital painting, lately I've been trying to work more with Krita. I don't know if you know that program, but it's open source, so I use it. I think I also have an art station. Oh, I see. Okay. So yeah, I'm I'm fairly old. So well, I'm going to cut the stream now. Yeah, that's a really cool program. I recommend it to anyone that wants to learn about the digital painting. Uh, I guess I'll see you all next time. I try to go live every day of the week, Monday through Friday, around the same time. Sometimes it's at 8:50. This time I started like at 10 or something. But yeah, it's around the same time. Uh, so if you want to watch my stuff, you can find it on YouTube, at Segrons, and most of social media. Uh, but thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Uh, it was gonna cut off. Oh my goodness. Come on. Alright. So thank you all for watching. I hope to see you next time. Let's see if I can find my music. There you go. Yeah. Alright. So hope to see you next time. Bye.